23rd. I wanted to do another update on the Wyckoff wave, its components, and a few other stocks. So here in front of us we have the Wyckoff wave. Over the weekend we talked about needing to overcome the resistance at 54.3 because that was previous resistance as marked by the dotted line. So thus far we weren't able to get through that, so we really upthrusted it, and the action thus far doesn't look really that promising. We still got the technometer down here at 45.4. This technometer updates every 5 minutes throughout the trading session to keep us current. That's one thing that we added when we redid the software. So now it looks like we could come back down and stay in this trading range, possibly between the dotted line and the purple support. So with that in mind, let's go to WWG, the Wyckoff Wave Growth Index, more of a NASDAQ type index. This is the 1 year. So it did find support at the blue line, and this was what we thought was maybe a small resistance creek level. Not really sure about that. It's been very hard to read this market, but it also has been stuck in a trading range here, moving a little bit opposite of the wave. We did come down here close to oversold, but we did not register it. So here again, looks like we're maybe just in for some sideways trading. TLT, the 20-year Treasury ETF. We've been talking about trying to be short here, but we have not implemented. We did come off of overbought these few days here. Up at these levels, we did think this was a test of the highs. So again, we're wanting to be short and have not pulled the trigger. Now let's go through some of the components here. We've got Boeing, one that we've been talking about, has been weak. Still looks like we had a upthrust and a test, and then we came back and tested the resistance again with a little pullback the last day and a half. So I guess we still expect some type of trading range action there before further lower. We got Bank of America, one that we're long. Wanted to see if we could get some type of place to add here. You can see technometer did come down here to near oversold. So we're in the middle of the range here. So there again, any buy signal in the wave in the near future, we would think Bank of America would probably be on the candidate list to buy. Bristol Myers, one that we've kind of struggled with. We thought this level up here at 60, 61 was just resistance back in the middle of the trading range. A little bit of divergence still between the OP and the price, so we felt like this could try to turn lower. Technometer is near oversold, so we have no strong opinion there. Caterpillar, we've talked about its weakness. Still showing that. We had the back up to the creek, went to a new low, kind of sprung that low, and then rallied back really just almost a little over half, 50%, and now today turning back down. So Caterpillar still looking a little heavy. Ford, not much to say here. We did come down to oversold. That did pick a low. Came back up now. We're overbought. So no strong opinions here. Stock has been an underperformer. Heavy selling coming in back earlier in January. So no strong opinion there. General Electric. We've been hoping for maybe for this to end up being accumulation. We did have a spring here. Volume was not heavy. We did try to rally back into the trading range, so I'm not sure if this is a sign of weakness or a spring. So I think the next few days could be a telltale sign. In General Electric, we'll look for a place to enter position at a later date. IBM, one have been wanting to be short. We are short. Same thing, we'd had a fall through the ice we felt and a rally back to it. It did show a little bit of strength here by not breaking down to new lows, but it did go to a new high a few days ago, but really for now just kind of up thrusted. Technometer is neutral, so we would not add shorts here, but we're going to stay short and watch the action here in the coming days. AT&T. This is one that we had wanted the downtrend line to be broken. We wanted to see a test of this spring. This looks like we've got a trading range here. So we did stop up here near, tested the highs, and now having a pullback possibly that we expected. So technometer is 42. We'd love to see it back down at these levels. So maybe something here, just looking ahead, maybe something around a 31, 75, 32 level. Especially if the wave became oversold, we'd be excited about entering some long positions on AT&T. Union Pacific, we've talked about being strong. Continuing to hold in. We would expect a little bit stronger rally here on these green days to really get things going. We didn't. We do have an extremely oversold technometer. So we give this a benefit of the doubt for higher, and definitely one of the strong ones of the components of the Wyckoff wave. Walmart, we had talked about, we thought higher prices were in store, but then you got the big jump overnight, and then you retrace some of that. So technometer down to 40. Possibly you could buy a pullback here as well in the coming days. You can see the OP has not been acting well. You had the big jump here early, and then nothing but sell volume coming in since then. So we'll watch Walmart. ExxonMobil, one that we thought maybe was a little more trading range bound. We did come out and spring this low that we talked about. The downtrend line did give away. So this oversold reading did get us to bounce, but now we're back here at overbought. So once again, if we get some type of test maybe back here at this low, something 77, 75 low or something, might be interesting to look at in a long position. Dow DuPont, one we really have just been watching. We've had this apex, low volume, really nothing to update. Technometer slightly below neutral. Let's go through a few more here that we know people are checking in with us. Square, we've talked about being strong, and it looks like something's really going on there, and it continues to work higher, taking out the overbought line of the uptrend. So continuing to act strong. Talk about Tractor Supply being maybe a long-term good holding. Here it has 80 to 88 quickly. Was oversold here. We didn't have a good entry point on this one for anybody as of yet. We just felt like this is an area that continued to work higher, but I think that was showing you possibly if ag could get out of the doldrums here with some help from the administration, this could be an interesting play. Talked about Twilio being strong. It continues, looks like reaccumulation to higher levels. Close to oversold here. Now working higher the upside again. And then last, moving along Wingstop. we had higher objectives, more around the 69 plus. It continues to hold in and push higher. Technometer is oversold here, which is interesting. So Wingstop looks higher. So that's all for now. Good trading. Check in again soon.